drip elixir when I flip through scriptures. Every day up in my cup, I got a different mixture. Get it better with my money, I've been getting richer. She tryna play me like a dummy, better reconsider. I ain't going back and forth like no, not at all. I get so high that I just feel like I might stumble and fall. Iron giant, I be stomping around and breaking the wall. I put my phone on D&D so I won't answer your call. Cause baby girl, I'm home alone on my throne. I don't need my phone. She say I'm too obsessed. I told her that I just can't let it go.
Is that your, that's your latest drop right there, right?
Yeah, it is.
I told him I can never switch up, bitch, what? And I'm like, baby, hold me close. Baby, we can smoke. Maybe get some dope. I've been smoking dope. I can't lose control. I can't lose my soul. I've been feeling cold. Jack Frost, I'm the ice man, buried in the snow. Jack Frost with that ice on my soul. I've been frozen.
Yo.
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
Get high when I'm low. Bitch, I'm faded in a hole. Losing my mind like I'm
Let's get it.
What's up?
What's good, bro?
Welcome to Local Riffs.
It's nice to be on the show. I appreciate the opportunity, brother.
Got Swamp Bane in here.
Yes, indeed.
That's his newest drop.
Yeah,
Below Zero.
Zero, yup.
Yeah, we running live, man. We living right now. How's it going in the comments, everyone? Oh. We got the confirmation that audio is good. So
Yeah, bet.
everything is good. That shit's going hard,
I
bro.
appreciate that. This is
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones, bro. I don't even know how I make this shit. Like, I'll make a song like this and I go to like replicate it and make something similar, and then it just don't turn out the same. I don't know, bro.
I was checking this one out because it was your, your latest drop. And as soon as I heard that sample, you said it earlier about kind of like gives you that 8-bit video game vibe. It seems soothing.
Yeah, it really
On
is.
top of
It's like
fire.
nostalgic almost.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, welcome to Local Riffs Season 2, Episode 5. We got Swamp Bane in the house tonight. Just hanging loose, doing a live stream. Hope everybody out there is good. I know I'm gonna be saying a lot. It is kind of warm in here, so I might have to turn the fan on. But how's it going, bud?
It's going pretty good. I'm excited to be on the show. I think it's a dope opportunity. I've been looking forward to it ever since I booked with y'all, and I'm ready to get it going. I'm excited because I got a concert coming up soon. My first concert, actually, my first rap show, and then I got my album coming up too, which is I'm trying to drop that like shortly before the concert, but just takes a little bit of time to get everything in line. I'm waiting on my cover art, and as soon as I get my cover art done, it's gonna be dropping 11/22, A New Renaissance. That's the album.
Well, we're definitely going to be, paying close attention to that. I've been listening to your stuff since you booked just to kind of get a feel for your style and, not really saying give something to talk about because I actually love finding new music and bumping it.
Yeah.
And we had mentioned a little bit earlier when you first got here about the cloud rap.
Yeah.
I think that Below Zero song kind of takes you to that place to where you're out in the
Feels like
cloud.
you're on a
So,
cloud, yeah.
exactly.
That's the goal. That's the sound. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates what I've been trying to go for. Like early on, I did a lot of like, that old school type of hip hop stuff like that. Just, just to keep me occupied, just kind of get my gears going when it came to making music. Cause I felt like I wanted to do music since I was younger, but I didn't know what to do. But eventually like kind of started steering it right into, towards my sound. I feel like that's what I'm doing now, finding my sound more.
Yeah, listening to some of your earlier stuff, you definitely can tell like you went right to your, your inspirations and roots, and then you see it kind of taking that turn to where you wanted to make it, your own instead of
exactly.
I don't want to say less inspired by it, but kind of taking the reins and making something up of yourself.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can just let everybody know where you're from, and kind of give us a little bit of heads up on your style and where you get some of that stuff from.
Yeah, all right. So I'm from St. Rose, Louisiana. It's in St. Charles Parish. It's a small little town, but I've lived there most of my life. I kind of bounced around between houses and everything. Right now, I'm actually staying in Hammond. I just moved out of my mom's house and everything, and into my own house, got a job and everything. So really proud of that. But you know, my main thing
Congratulations.
right now, I appreciate that. My main thing right now is just focusing on my music and my brand and just trying to get that out there as much as possible. You know, the collective, the Po' Boys and everything. I just want to push that as hard as I can because it's been a couple of years now. I mean, I say a couple of years. I started making music about 6 years ago in 2018, and that's just it's been my main, you know, my everything. Every time I wake up in the morning, all I can think about is just like, what am I gonna do to become better than I was yesterday when it comes to like my music, just the person that I am in general, just you know everything. Especially making connections and everything like I've been doing recently. I feel like you know introducing myself to you in general, you know, just hitting you up, and that was a good connection
course,
that I
yeah.
made. So I feel like just I want to keep on that same track. But I really take a lot of inspiration from, like I said, cloud rap artists in general. But my inspirations widely vary. You know, it could be like an artist like Logic. You know, that's who really got me into rapping. I heard Logic's album Under Pressure when it was like 2016 that I found it. I was in like 6th grade or something, and then yeah, so I was in like 6th grade when I found Under Pressure by Logic, and that really inspired me starting off. I thought it was dope. Like it was just a dope ass album to me, and I started listening to it all the time. And eventually, I decided I wanted to rap myself because me and my friends we were just like freestyling and shit, getting drunk, smoking and shit, just doing dumb shit in middle school. And I always thought I had a knack for it, you know. So I started following that shit. And over time, I started listening to artists like Bones, Suicide Boys, Xavier Wolf, like people like that. And like Black Cray is a good example. Sick Boy Rari, that's his alter ego or whatever. But I take a lot of inspiration from those artists in general on my current sound more than anything, because it's like I don't know, it's just what I like to hear in music. I just kind of incorporate my own twist on everything that I can, you know.
Would you consider yourself, I guess, sound, a Southern sound, like a unique Southern sound?
I would
or?
try and give it that label for sure, especially with my album 1122. It's just the main thing is it's kind of got like a story and everything, but the setting is like a swampy area in general because you know that's where we live is in southern Louisiana. It's got the swamps all around, but so I feel like I just kind of want to give it that sound in general, just try and give it that unique sound, because even a lot of southern artists, they don't really do much cloud rap in general, and I could even say just you know, it's not too unique when you hear a bunch of different artists from Louisiana. Like they mostly sound like, you know, Young Boy, people like that and everything. I don't have a problem with that stuff either. Like it sounds cool, but it gets repetitive pretty quick. I mean, you know, I just like to hear something more unique. But
well, it's almost like kind of like jumping on the trending thing to kind of like make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, if you can catch that ride, that's cool. But I always feel as though you become more of you know, an artist when you can, you know, get the creativity from, I don't want to say nothing, but you know, not what's happening. Yep. Yes, exactly. You know, it kind of makes you find a little bit of something that you might not have, you know, was able to achieve or think about, you know, trying to follow some other path. Tell us a little bit about the Po' Boys, man. I mean, I'm
Po' Boys.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're gonna get into a few different things.
I got it on my arm.
I see that.
I got it tatted on my arm. It's something like, bro, we made that shit in like probably like 2020 or something. A couple of homies and I, we always wanted to make a music group, like especially like we started rapping and everything, just fucking around. We wanted to start a music group, so it was like we got to give it a name, and we took, you know, inspiration from Suicide Boys and just thought like, well, we could do Po' Boys, you know, because we live in Louisiana. Everybody loves Po' Boys. It's a classic sandwich, but I don't know. It's something that like it happened and like we didn't take it too seriously at first. It was just kind of like our little clique name, you know. It was, you know, in high school, middle school, whatever, just fucking around. But eventually we decided to take that shit to the next level. I got a couple homies that are like officially gonna be releasing music under the Po' Boys name with me. I have my homie Hunter and my homie Chaz, and so that's my homie Rockman and my homie Chaz. We're gonna be dropping an album and everything under the Po' Boys name and everything. It's gonna be dope. But it's more than music. It's more than a brand. It's like a brotherhood more than anything. That's why I got that shit tatted on me, because it's like regardless of where it goes, like if we make it, if we don't, which I say it's like it's not a if, it's a win. That's the way I see it. But regardless, it's on my body because it's like it's more than clothes. It's more than music or something physical or tangible. It's like it's, you know, it's like some spiritual shit almost. That's how I feel about it.
Well, we was running it earlier about, you know, that thing with, you know, with naming it, and I came up with that. I was telling you about how we named the band New Jack.
Yeah.
And I think it hits the same even with a group of guys, especially if y'all trying to like achieve the same mindset to kind of, you know, have each other's backs if it's making music or just whatever, you know, and I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
if you get that,
it's deeper than music. For
exactly,
sure. Yeah, because there's homies that I would say I would call him a po' boy. That's, you know, you say you a po' boy type shit. That's what we say.
This is your homie, man.
Yeah, they got homies that we could say, oh, that's a po' boy, but you know, they don't make music with us or whatever. But it's still, you know, they under the brotherhood. It's a group. You know what I'm saying? It's a collective more than anything type shit. It's just it's beautiful too, cause like I feel like these people that I've grown up with, you know, we've been through hell and back together and shit. It's been years. Like all my friends too. I'm really lucky. All my friends I've had for a long time in my life, you know, since growing up and everything. So it's people that I've built relationships with over the years. You know, it's taken a long time to get to the point where we are. And now we have this thing that we can all support and stand behind, and it'll stand behind us the same way. So it's like, I think it's dope. It's definitely it's something that I'm just super proud of, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there, because we really just starting. Like, even though this shit started a couple years ago, like this is just the beginning. Like where I'm at right now, it's very early on type shit.
We got
how I feel.
Amy Mysterious in the comments asking, "What is cloud rap?" Can you put your thumb on that?
Yeah, I could try and define it. I feel like it's more, when you say cloud rap, it's got that trap sound, like you kind of said. It kind of sounds like trap. It's got those trap drums, but a lot of times it has those very spacey sounding melodies. You know, I could say like nostalgic sounding. And then the lyrics, they could also often be pretty similar to like the vibe. You know, like spacey. You know, kind of just like vibey in general. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to encapsulate it, because I feel like it's more of like a blanket term for different artists, because you could call an artist like Suicide Boys, you could say they make cloud rap. You could call it some other things too, but cloud rap is a good blanket term. So like Suicide Boys, Bones, Xavier Wolf, Black Cray. I could name other artists too, like, oh, even Young Lean. Young Lean's a good example, because he makes, you know, just his shit has that real cloud sound. Like I could even go as far as saying like Six Dogs, rest in peace, Six Dogs. He got a nice cloud sound. So I don't know. It's just all those artists that I named. If you go listen to like one of their tracks, you could probably find that cloud rap.
You hear that similarity, and
yeah, for sure.
We was talking a little bit about it earlier. I do hear the similarities in it, and I like how and I spoke with when we had Savast on and Brax, you know, that kind of like it gives that artist, when they have that, I don't know, it just seems like it gives you a little bit of wiggle room with that style of beats, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
The melodies and just like the spaciness of
Exactly.
it. And even like with Swamp Bane and, you know, Po' Boys, Brax and Savas, you know, that's just the immediate that I'm familiar with right now. But I have listened to some other ones, you know, via y'all, you know, checking out y'all's profiles and who y'all have collabed with and stuff. And each artist that I've listened to, it has that similarity, but you can tell that they take advantage of that to make it their own. And it's not the same as the next guy.
Exactly.
But it does, you know, kind of fall into that category. And
sure.
I think it's sick. I think it's new. And you said it might have came, you know, it was
like
out wild.
Early 2010s, like, you know, 2014 is when like artists like Bones and everything started popping off. Or I say popping off. They was getting underground traction. It's really more of an underground sound, but I think it's gonna start making rounds more, especially with artists like Suicide Boys becoming so big. You know, they have Suicide Boys and all their people, and you know, they have like that dark trap sound. A lot of times you can find them under the, you know, the guise of dark trap. People say dark trap too. I think cloud rap and dark trap kind of go hand in hand. They're not really the same, but you know, I feel like cloud rap could cover dark trap if anything.
Exactly.
So.
Or you can actually blend them, you know, styles to get something else. I mean, I think it's interesting on how it lets the artists just be themselves. And, and the, you know, y'all that I named, I just think they're, you know, y'all are good in each of y'all's own way, to where it does do something for the genre collectively. And I was telling you, like that Below Zero song, insane.
Yeah,
Mega Man freestyle
right
is insane too.
Yeah, I think that Below Zero slept on. If you ain't heard Below Zero, go check it out.
Yeah, that was at the intro. Y'all need to check that out, because I was blasting that today at the gym. And it has that vibe. And a lot of your other tracks, you know, we'll be playing those throughout also. you know, it has the same thing, and I like how I can tell from your, you know, the beginning of you putting out the music and stuff, the evolution to now.
Yeah. I was dropping pretty, like, I wasn't dropping consistently enough. I could have dropped a lot more music, but like at this point, I'm glad I didn't, because there's so many songs that, like, if I would have dropped them, people kind of expect that more of you because you dropped that. But like, I'd like to be versatile personally, so I have songs where I sing on, and I like doing singing a lot too. It's just I feel like it takes a lot more effort, especially since I record for myself. I'm not really that good at recording singing vocals personally, so that's just my main thing with that. But I think I'm glad I didn't drop a bunch of the songs I wanted to drop when I was younger and everything, because now I see like the way I'm moving and finding my sound. I'm more prepared to drop this and all the shit that I've been working on recently. I want people to hear that. And my old songs, like, I'm not ashamed of them or anything. I'm not embarrassed. I keep them up, and I'm glad when they get plays. But it's like I don't even think that's me sometimes. You know, I listen to it, I'm like, fuck it. I got way crazier songs than this that I made within like the last 6 months and everything. But
I think it's more the progress that you're, you know, you feel from listening to those things. Because I've got a few doozies, you know, from when we had older bands and stuff, and hell, even we was talking about it in the Savas episode. Kind of wish they can go back and change a few things or do something a little different. And I'm kind of the same way. I look back on those old tracks. I'm like, man, kind
I
of.
was recording on my phone back in the day when, you know, when me and my friends were starting and shit, especially me and my homie Chaz. We get home from high school and just fucking smoke a joint and record a song on the phone, and people fucked with that. I don't know. When I dropped songs back then, I guess it's because I was a new artist and I was in high school and shit. But I drop a song and it would get like 1,000 plays on SoundCloud, and you know, people don't even use SoundCloud much. It's got ads and shit. But,
Yeah.
So I don't know, but now I drop a song and it gets like more plays on other streaming platforms and shit. But I haven't had a song hit 1,000 in a minute since Mega Man. Mega Man, I was mind blown when I dropped Mega Man Freestyle, because I don't know, that was just some shit I made when I was just like drunk one night, I think, or some shit like that. And it was like during the summer, like right before the summer, I think. And I dropped that, and I remember going to work, and I listened to the song all day at work in my headphones off my phone. Like I just listened to it all day, and I got home, and it had like 500 plays within like the first day, and that shit blew my mind, because that had never happened before. And I remember just going on Snapchat and being like, thank y'all. Like I posted up, because that's where most of my plays come from, is social media. So I remember like, thank y'all. I've never received this much support. And then like within the next couple of days, the song had hit 1,000, and I was just super proud of that, because it was like I don't know, it was a song that came from the heart. You know, I was just like dealing with my own shit at the time. I just put it into a song and decided to put it out there, and people liked it a lot. I don't know. It's really cool though.
I've been checking out a lot of those, you know, trying to get a grasp on how, I don't want to say how popular it is, but I'd like to know how many people are interested in like those, you know, the new stuff to me.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of like listens on things, and I'm like, wow, they, you know, here I am, me personally, I'm trying to get some listens and stuff, but I'm pretty impressive, you know. And a lot of the artists here recently we've had on, they've been getting plenty of listens, and I think it's cool. It kind of just lets us, you know, see what you know, where the music scene is. I got that Mega Man kicking in the back.
Yeah, that's that shit, bro. Yeah, I listened to this all day. I was building fences, and I just had it in my AirPods all day, because I was just I vibe to my own music pretty good. I like my own shit, you know. I'm proud of it. So I remember listening to this all day, and I got off, and then the streams were just up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I was like replaying my own song. It was on my account. It doesn't matter to play, you know. So I was just so mind blown when I got home and the streams were so high. It was like it's a really proud moment for sure. And like I've had songs hit 1,000 plays and everything, but it was just so quick. And I look forward to that feeling. I actually had a dream that I was looking on my phone, and one of my songs had like 100,000 plays, and I just remember being psyched as fuck in my dream. And like, I don't know, it's crazy. I've had dreams come true before. I've had actual dreams, and then like that shit happened in the dream. I don't know. It's crazy. I've had like premonition type shit, but it's super coincidental shit. I don't know, but I see that shit happening one day. That's my actual dreams. You know, my in real life dreams. I want to be able to drop a song and then inspire thousands type shit, or even, and the thing is, even if it doesn't inspire thousands, like let's say I made a song and only one person listened to it, as long as that person listened to it and they could relate type shit, that's what's important for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the most important thing, is just I want to inspire others to do what they want and just be themselves, because that's what I do every day, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I deal with problems. Everybody got problems and shit, but at the end of the day, I have creative freedom to just be myself, do what I want, and it really motivates me a lot every day. Just wake up and just get to do what I love, type shit. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
nice.
Amy Mysterious, always be proud, damn right. So she's right on board with the
Yes,
the two
indeed.
claps up.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, man, I'm excited to have you in. I'm glad that this is working out, and to find the talent in artists just by way of social media.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cool in itself, and
Yep.
and it, you know, and I've told you earlier, I like finding new music and really checking it out and stuff, because I don't like the oh yeah, that sounds awesome, or like and react for no reason.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And man, I sound like shit in these headphones, man. Holy shit!
It don't sound that bad on
It
my
don't?
end.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I don't know if this is my normal voice or not, but I just think it's cool how fast that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about the listens, and you had a dream, and that shit can happen just
Yep,
like that,
yep.
and but is that the important part? Is that the goal?
Exactly,
I think reaching
Mhm.
the people is the goal. As
Yep.
far as the notoriety, it kind
Yeah.
of goes away in the wind for
Exactly.
me,
Mm-hmm.
because it'll speak for itself if it's that
Yep,
good
yep.
or if that many people like it. So, and I like how you said, if it just reaches one person, well, I mean that one person might be the catalyst for reaching many more.
Yep.
We just got some little questions here.
Mhm.
Did we ask what influenced you to get into music? I mean, you was
Nah,
just
you didn't ask that, but I could answer that pretty good.
hell yeah.
Because it started early on when I was a kid. Like it was really young. Because I don't know. Even my father, God rest his soul. He was a very musical dude. He always listened to music and everything. He told me about when he was young. He used to play guitar and shit. He was born in 1969, so he grew up in the 70s and 80s and shit when all that shit was cool. But so he told me about that growing up. I just thought that was dope. He told me he wanted to be a rock star and shit. And that's just something I can remember. And also, I want to say real quick, shout out my mom, because I know she's going to be watching this shit. Shout out my mom. That's my biggest inspiration. So my mom is my biggest inspiration.
Shout out, mom.
And for everything. So, but besides
That's
that,
cool.
yeah, besides that, I'm going to say it really just started off early on. Like I remember just always loving music. And my earliest memory of like thinking of even doing music, this is kind of funny. I was in first grade. I can remember vividly. I can just picture things really good. I can see it in my head. So I can remember vividly sitting in first grade and just daydreaming about performing in front of a large crowd, just because they had this show. It was called it was a Disney Channel show called Austin and Ally, and it was about like this dude. His name was Austin Moon, and he became like an internet viral sensation on music. And the girl Allie was his songwriter or whatever, and I just remember seeing him performing on stage and like the whole crowd going wild on the show. And I just remember being a kid and thinking about that and how dope it was. Like that's the earliest like I can look back on that and think about it. Like that's just what I remember, just being a kid and just being inspired, by something that I didn't even know much about. And eventually, besides that, in elementary school as well, in fourth grade, I joined band. So that was just like I kind of had music engraved in me from then on, because I played in band from fourth to ninth grade, so that's like 5 years. But besides that, eventually, like I said, I found that One Logic album, and I'd already been listening to like rap, like Eminem and shit, since I was a kid. But eventually, I found that Logic album, and I thought his shit was dope. Like I had never heard a rapper like him, and he gets a lot of hate, because he comes off as corny or whatever. But that's beside the point. He inspired me early on, very much so. So eventually I started, just freestyling and shit with my friends. That was a big inspiration for me, just because, we'd all be kicking shit, just fucking around. And I'd spit some hot shit and they'd be like, bro, did you write that? And I'd be like, no, I didn't write that. I freestyled that. You know what I'm saying? And that gave me a lot of motivation. Like I remember like a specific day where like we were all fucking around at my homie Evan's house, and we were just freestyling. It was probably like 8th or 9th grade, probably a little bit earlier than that. But I was spitting some shit, and his older cousin was like, bro, is that you? I'm like, yeah, that's me. It's fucking, I was just drunk, fucking around, being a kid type shit. And that's just looking back on those moments, that's when I really kind of seen it, it's kind of like flash. Boom, like one day I'm gonna be doing this and this and this type shit, just music type shit. That's all I could really think about from like, there's probably one certain point. I don't know, I can't pinpoint it, but it's definitely something happened, something switched. I just fucking went head on into this shit.
Well, if something I think is going to work it doesn't really matter what age you are, that it's gonna, you know, make you inspired to do it. I mean, I wanted to play guitar when I was younger because I liked that song Iron Man by Black Sabbath, and
yeah, I thought that was cool when I was a kid too.
yeah, you know,
that shit was dope.
and then I learned how to do it. It was
Guitar Hero. I had Guitar Hero. I ain't have Guitar.
yeah, but it was pretty easy. But that didn't even really inspire me. It was the fact of the challenge.
Yeah,
trying to figure out the instrument, or even trying to figure out how to write a song. And you're right. It's sometimes you might not recognize what you know set it off to influence you, you know, to dedicate to it, instead of just being some kind of, you know, fad that you was going through or a phase. What'd you do in the bands?
Oh, I played the tuba and the baritone.
Okay.
And I started off on the baritone in 4th grade, and I played that from 4th to 6th grade. I remember I started on the tuba. I really love playing the tuba. I can't lie. I haven't played since 9th grade because foolishly I quit band just to, you know, fuck off and get high and shit. I didn't want to go to the after school. I'd rather go home and get high.
Yeah, that shit was over with then.
Yeah, for sure. I was also going through shit at that time too. It was a rough moment in my life, you know, in high school, starting off. Like I was a kid, but still I was going through shit that really made me distract from all that. But besides the point, the main thing I really I fucked with in band was the drums. I did drumline in middle school, which was really fun. But yeah, I played the tuba, the baritone, and I did drumline in middle school. That was awesome. But the tuba is really fucking fun to play. I'll tell anybody that. It takes a lot of breath and a lot of practice and everything. But that shit's it's really like it's empowering. You know, you're literally buzzing your lips like.
I'd probably fall out.
Yeah, you literally buzz your lips and it just fucking crazy ass sound comes out. It's fun for sure.
They got a band called Guts Club. There's Lindsay, she's the guitarist and singer, and there's a saxophone player and a drummer, and they're really kind of unconventional. Like they you know, I'm gonna say it's a saxophone, but it's one of the.
Is it a long one?
It's not like the regular jazz one. It's the
it might be a bass.
Yeah, bass kind of. Yeah,
I forget what it's called. It might be a baritone sax. I don't know. I haven't heard the name for it in a long time.
It can be a tuba for all. I mean, I know it's cool as hell because they write some killer like droney sounding and rock, you know, if you want to call it that. But and I like those kinds of things where like people's not your conventional guitar, bass, drums type of thing. Even the drummer has, you know, it's not a regular drum kit. It's like I don't know. She plays them differently. But you know, not just regular drumsticks. And so, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But they use, you know, a collective of different types of you know, instruments to make their sound.
Yeah, that's when I was a kid. I actually I wasn't like too big into rap and everything. You know, I played in the band, so that's like classical type music. But like my main goal for music, that's when I knew I wanted to do music. But I thought I was gonna like go to college and be in a band eventually, like you know, or being like a symphony or whatever, and still play the tuba or a brass instrument or something. You know, I thought I was gonna go all the way with my instrument. But eventually, I just found out that my voice would be like my preferred instrument, because, you know, it's just something that I found out I could utilize really good. Like, to think that one day I could just I already have made money. I've made $7 off my plays, so keep running up them plays. But yeah, so just to think one day I can make actual money off my voice. I think it's really it's just inspiring, you know, just to do what I love. And I'm excited to really take it the extra mile that I've been planning on taking, and, you know, dropping my album, start dropping music videos, start doing shows. I got that show April 4th, and I'm really, really looking forward to doing that, because like I said, that's my first rap concert. It's not my first concert though. You know, I played in plenty of band concerts, but it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be the you know, the main act, but still, I think it's awesome just having that. Ever since I was young, you know, just always been motivated by music. Yeah,
we'll get a little bit into that in the next half with the upcoming events and stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming up in April too. Man, it's been busy throughout this year as far as music goes. And really new stuff coming out, you know, like with the cloud rap. I didn't know that they had its own. I didn't know if it had its own little scene.
Yeah, that's a nice say little, because
it's
pretty big. And like I said, especially if you include like bigger artists, Suicide Boys and them, and then you know, even smaller artists that help make that up, and then the little subgenres that kind of ride on the side with it and everything. So I think it's pretty dope. I think it's a cool little scene. It's something I'm looking forward to boost, and I feel like you know, the main thing with music, like just rap in general or hip hop, it's going like more like towards that techno, like, you know, sound, and you know, everybody's using auto tune again. I don't hate on that at all, but it's personally not what I want to do. So it's, you know, I want to kind of bring out that other sound that
I do like a lot of those raw vocals you had, and especially in some of your earlier stuff.
yeah.
I don't mind some auto tune, like as
Yeah,
far as an
definitely.
effect, like that's the intention of it.
Yeah.
But to adjust a voice, it's kind of weird to me because it's kind of hard to see where the artist is coming from.
Yeah.
When the voice sounds like the next auto tuned artist, and you know, so on and so forth.
Well, that's the main thing I see with like the newer wave. They call it underground. So you know, underground in general, that just means, you know, you haven't really made it into the limelight or whatever, you know. So, but the underground, I'll say underground just to generalize. The underground has a very like similar sound. I'm seeing a lot of artists, they're moving into this stuff. It's called like jerk or whatever, and then stuff like that. It's just like this newer form of rap that like they have artists like Netspin and Xavier So Bass. These are underground artists and everything, and I don't hate on them either, you know, but it's personally not what I would really want to listen to or even make myself. But I just see a lot of it sounds pretty similar, you know. It just kind of all clumps together, and I'll hear one artist and be like, I don't really know who that is, because their voice doesn't stand out as their voice. It just sounds like, you know, the similar beat with similar auto tune, you know, all presets and everything thrown together. But like I said, I'm really not hating, because if you throw it on, I'm not gonna complain, you know. It's because it's just,
if it's fire, it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound, I mean, it sounds pretty palatable for a younger audience, but a lot of, you know, older folks, are just, you know, even like, you know, people in their 20s, you know, mid to 20, or like, you know, late teens even might not like it. It's, you know, me and my homies, we just kind of bump older shit, like cloud rap sound. Like when I listen to music, I just want to be able to, you know, chill and vibe and just not think about nothing. But a lot of times they're just saying shit like, I don't know, it's, you know, I don't know, because like I don't want to hate, because at the end of the day, it's all up to the artist to do what they want with their lives. So I'm not gonna hate on them, but I'm not doing it, you know.
Well, it's always good to be a critic and a fan and an artist at the same time, because I mean that might refine something that you got going on.
Yeah.
And who knows? Not saying you know hating or whatever, but you know, give constructive criticism.
Yeah,
to
that's
those,
what I try to do the most.
Yeah, and
tell,
you know,
what I would change. You know,
be ready to accept it too, because I mean, we you know, I know when we was writing music and stuff, and we was afraid that it was just shit, you know, because it just seemed like nobody was listening to it. But at some point, you still kind of don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you just gotta put it out there.
Exactly.
Bro, the main thing I say is just don't make music for other people. Do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself.
You know?
Exactly.
And that's when, once I started doing it for myself, that's when I started making these songs. Like my song Max Payne 3, I freestyled that. You know, I basically go bar for myself. You know, I just go on the beat and I spit one line, and then I spit the next one. I spit the next one. Just keep recording type shit. And, you know, below zero, that's just me just doing what I wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? My older shit, I wasn't really thinking about what other people wanted to hear, but I kind of was at the same time. Like, I'll give an example. My first song that I ever released, Heart in Prison, my homie helped me write that, actually. My homie Reese helped me write that. But besides that, I sat there and, like, rewrote different parts of that song for, like, 6 months or something. I recorded it when I was 15, so it wasn't nothing too crazy, but I was worried about what everybody would think about my first song. I was super like just caught up, like thinking, oh, if they don't like it, I might get clowned on. It doesn't matter now though, because I have plenty more supporters than I do haters. Like the amount of people that hate on me is just a fraction compared to the people that support, and like it can never affect me type shit. So
those other people they can jump on board too if they want. They don't have to hate forever.
Yes, indeed. Hey, what I say is, if you hate me, I love you type shit.
Yeah.
If you hate me, I love you, because I don't got no room for no hate in my heart. I can't hold no grudges. It ain't no room for that type shit. I'm here to grow. You know what I'm saying? I wanna do better, become a better version of myself every day. And if I'm hating on somebody else in the process, that's holding me back. You know. So.
Well, chat, we're gonna take us a quick break, get us something to drink right quick. We're here with Swamp Bane.
Yes, indeed.
You know, we got this new wave to me. I mean, y'all can leave in the comments that I'm behind the times, but I'm finding it interesting. So
that's dope.
But yeah, we'll be back shortly, guys.
Blunt is hitting. I told the odds they really lame, they need to get a hobby. I never pop a jigger, no, I never take the molly. I'm really dedicated, no, they'll never ever stop me. And if I find my own way, they gon' try to copy. My game headed to the top, y'all sitting in the lobby. I'm really smoking on that gas, I'm smoking on gelati. And I ain't on no goofy shit, so don't.
Yeah, that's good.
bitch, we steady setting trends. In a couple years, you catch me riding around up in a Benz. In a Benz. Ride it up, roll it up, roll it up, light it up, smoke it up, smoke it, smoke it.
I see dead people.
I'm upset and it's stressed, I'm a mess. All this weight up on my chest got me feeling like a wreck. The only thing I want just might break my neck. Only thing I'm on just might break my okay like walk through the portal, let more, let lick serve flowing through my veins. It's the same damn mixture. Baby, I'm too high, I don't wanna take no picture. You can see it in my eyes, I'm a demon, I'm a sinner. 4 was 5 or 4 on my wrist, cannot forget. I'm finna get in my bag and then I dip. I'm hitched up, I'ma run the money up quick. Did that since a kid, what? That's just how I live, cause I don't give a shit what she say. I'm too legit. I don't think that shit's wrong, but I just gotta chill, yeah. Okay, like walk through the portal, let more, let lick serve flowing through my veins. It's the same damn mixture. Okay, like walk through the portal, let more, let lick serve flowing through my veins. It's the same damn mixture. Baby, I'm too high, I don't wanna take no picture. You can see it in my eyes, I'm a demon, I'm a sinner. 4 was 5 or 4 for my wrist, cannot forget. I'm finna get in my bag and then I dip. I'm hitched up, I'ma run the money up quick. Did that since a kid, what? That's just how I live, cause I don't give a shit what she say. I'm too legit. I don't think that shit's wrong, but I just gotta chill, yeah. Okay, like walk through the portal, let more, let elixir blowing through my veins, in 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 my veins. It's Lil J working on a rainy day. I've been working through the pain, I've been hurting for some change. I don't even got a name, just some coins in my pocket and the leather on my shoe. I don't really give a damn what you say or what you do. I be flowing and moving a different way when I'm with you. I'ma show 'em what I be doing when I be with the crew. Relaxation and vibing, I'm thinking I'ma let it loose. I be taking my time when I be thinking about what to do. I've been saving a spot right here next to me, it's just for you. Spitting bars in my presence since a very early age. Writing rhymes up in my notes, that's how I get rid of the rage. If you tryna come and fuck with me, I just cannot be phased. And it's feeling so amazing, it's something I've been chasing. My demons too abrasive, they scratching and they scraping. Like records on a needle, I've been spinning, I can't take it. But I can't never stop it. The way that I've been moving, got the world up in my pocket. Recording this in April, but in May, I'm about to drop it. Hop up on the beat, I clean it up, I leave it spotless. I just hit your girl, now she sending photos topless. This is still that real shit, it ain't no photoshopping. Coming for that kill shit, they thinking I'm demonic. Thinking she's an angel, so I find that shit ironic. But baby, on the real, don't you know you're too angelic? If I had your love, I would never undersell it. The words up on my mind, I just don't know how to spell it. Maybe I can find a different way for me to tell it. They never wanna listen, so I'm about to just go yell it. I don't really know what I've been saying, but I'm feeling like like a, what?
I'm the original hard body.
No one who surpasses you in taijutsu. I, Madra, declare that you are the strongest of them all.
Hey, what? Hey, what? Bitch, I walk up in the room and I get high to get me by. What? I don't gotta try, shawty. I can't even lie. What? I've been getting way too fucking high. What? Hey, I don't give a damn what you say. I've been getting way too damn. I don't even know what I'm on. I don't even know. I'm about to smoke. I'm about to go off. I ain't breaking no laws until I'm breaking your jaw. Fuck that shit, finna drop that ball. What that bow, finna hit that bomb. I'm in the sun, they singing along. I'm in the city, I'm smoking on strong. I don't even know what's going on. Matter of fact, you can stab me in the motherfucking back. Armor on me when I'm getting attacked. Purple and black, all on my wrist, all on my neck, all on my back. And that's a fact, like what's up, what you want? No, I don't know, but like that. I've been making money, that's a motherfucking fact. I've been dealing with this shit, I had to take it back. You know that I'm smoking on gas, I've been moving really fast, what? They can never ever pass, it's like no, all I know, bitch, they know that I'm froze, I'm way too cold, I'm all on my own, bitch, like what? All I want is a blunt, I'm like what? Do you want? I don't know, bitch, I'm stuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?
Yo.
Yo, let's get it.
Yo, we back.
We back.
We still live, guys.
Way too cold. Bitch, like what?
Looks like we're still going.
Let's get it.
Welcome back from the break, guys. Are y'all still in the there? Yeah, we're still in the chat. So yeah, that was interesting. I hope y'all was enjoying the tracks. That was just on Max Payne, that one coming through. Max Payne 3.
Yep. I was playing Max Payne 3 when I made that, and what I would do is I would just put the game on one screen and put my recording program on the other, and I'd just go back and forth from making the song to playing the game, just to keep my mind occupied to where I don't wear myself out playing, making the music too much. So I was playing Max Payne when I made that, and then I have a song called Red Dead 2. Because I was playing Red Dead 2 when I made that too. I was switching between making music, playing Red Dead. And for those songs, I just tried to encapsulate the energy of the title I was playing. Like it was kind of like my conscious, like it was a conscious goal that I was going for. I was like, I'm gonna make a Max Payne song and I'm gonna make a Red Dead song, and I did it with both. So I think it was dope.
I think it's kind of interesting how these songs that you got just has that connection with your escape from taking a break.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I try and incorporate like a lot of the media and everything that inspires me. Like for my album, a lot of it's like Walking Dead, it's shit like that. Dante's Inferno is one of the biggest inspirations for the album in general, because the story is kind of based off of kind of what happens in Dante's Inferno, just a little bit, because I haven't really explained the story publicly too much. I put it on my Instagram like one time, but the story for the album, it takes place in a place called the Land of the Rotten, and that's basically like an underworld type shit. Think of like hell, but it's similar because I actually used it was a cutscene from the game Dante's Inferno, and it's where Dante gets stabbed in the back while he's still a human, or I guess while he's still alive, and he gets stabbed in the back, and then the Reaper appears out of nowhere type shit, say, hey, you got to go do some crazy shit. You're dead, bro. Like, it was basically, that's to sum it up. But and then he goes down to hell, and then like there's like a fucking, I think it was like it's like a an angel or some shit, or it was like an old poet from back in the day, like a historic poet or some shit. But he takes him through hell and everything. But that kind of inspired me to say like, all right, so in the beginning of the album, I kind of go through this death of where I was, because I was still making music under my name, Jacob, and I kind of experienced that death. That's just like me kind of realizing that I had to lock in, bro. So eventually, what happens is I die and I go down into this portal type shit. I walk into a portal at a graveyard, and so I walk into the portal, and that leads me to the land of the rotten. And I basically, it's like a trek type shit that I go on. I'm just walking through. I'm just fighting off demons, vampires, zombies, and shit.
Just traveling the beaten path.
Yes, indeed. And I see a castle, and that's where the kind of like the main story goes to. Is I'm trying to reach the castle at that point, and once I reach the castle, it's like it's safe. So that whole part in the beginning of the album, the first half of the album, is me dying, getting stabbed in the back, basically, and going into the land of the rotten to go on my journey type shit. And that journey just kind of symbolizes the rough path that I was going through in life at the time. Like, I was just going through a lot of mental shit, and I wasn't coping with it right. I was getting drunk all the time and shit, and it was fucking me up. But that's besides the point, because I overcame that shit using this album. So I get to the castle, and that's like where the album goes from my death. So it's kind of a darker start, kind of like a slower, darker start. To after that slower, darker start, I kind of lean into like a more hype, like upbeat sound for the middle of the album, because I get into the castle, and it's basically a big ass empty castle that I have to myself. So I'm the king at that point, but it's just me and a bunch of ghouls. It's like a land that's devoid of all life. So I'm just fucked up. It's just I'm just sitting there just trying to figure out what to do. I gained my bearings basically at that point. And then on the way down to I see a graveyard at the bottom of the hill near the castle. So I decide to go towards the graveyard, because I know nowhere else to go. So I just I go down towards the hill, and that's where I end up at this big ass graveyard. And then a big ass fight ensues type shit, zombies and shit, fucking ghouls and shit start coming out the ground, fucking me up, and I get surrounded, bro. It's the end type shit. I'm fucked. It's the end. So. Once I get surrounded, I just fucking sit there and I accept my fate, and eventually a hand comes up out the ground and grabs my leg. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I get pulled under the ground, and it's my homie Hunter, and that's Rotman. So he's a fucking zombie that decided to save me, and so his debut for music is gonna be on the album. So that's
insane.
Yeah, it's a symbolism for his debut and everything. But yeah, besides that, it's after that. We link up with Chaz, because we're like, we got to get the fuck out the fucking graveyard where we're overrun by ghouls and zombies and shit. We hop in a hearse, and in the back of the hearse, opposite of the coffin, is my homie Chaz, and that's what kind of like we all link up. That's the Po' Boys at that point. We get together, and we're just ready to go. So after that, that's the end of the album. I have a bigger story for it, but that's just shit that I kind of did for myself. But that's the most quick and concise fucking explanation I could give for it. But I think it's dope. That's where a lot of the passion comes for this album and what I've been making. It's just I want it to all follow this.
Well, to have a I would say theme, but like a straight up a story behind it.
Yeah, like underlying story.
Yeah, to make that. I think that's interesting, because you could tell the whole story through every song.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what I was going for.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to hear that.
Yep. That's I had to explain that, because I've always wanted to explain that, but I can't really get it into words when I have it all written down in a long ass paragraph. But
sounds like an older heavy metal was like that.
Mm-hmm.
They would have the whole storyline plotted for the album. And the songs took you there.
Yep.
Man, that pollen's got me all twisted up, man.
Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, I mean and when's that dropping? You gonna?
I don't have a date for it yet, because I'm waiting on a cover art. I'm gonna just be honest. I wanted to drop it on my birthday, which is this is part of the album. My birthday is November 22nd, and that's the date for that is 11/22, and so I wanted to name the album 11/22 because of that, because that number has a pretty decent significance in my life, because a lot of people don't know, but it's an angel number, and I'm fairly spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm religious. I'm more of a spiritual person. But that number has actually played a significant role in my life multiple times. So I think it's I thought it was beautiful to name the album 11/22 at first. So at first it was just 11/22, And then once I started incorporating the story and everything more, I decided to merge it with something I could fit with the Po' Boys more, because I had this Po' Boys. My next collection for my clothing brand is called New Renaissance. So I decided to take 1122 and New Renaissance and put them together. So that's how I got 1122 and New Renaissance. And excuse me, but the soda got me fucked up. But yeah, so that's how I came up with the name for the album and everything. But and besides that, also, like I said, it's an angel number. It's crazy how it has such an impact in my life, because my first tattoo basically might as well be the number 1122. It's a music note, and it's actually a bat wing. But the first time I got this tattoo, it's kind of sad, but one of my friend's moms passed away, and I remember it was my mom's friend as well. She was close to the lady, and so when it happened, she actually passed away at 1122, which is, it's a coincidence, but that like I said, that number already had significance to me in the first place. And then my mom, she walked up to me one morning and she goes, "Hey, you want to go get a tattoo with me?" And it was just random. I was like 17 in high school, and she decided that I could get a tattoo with her. She was like, "You want to go get a tattoo with me? I'm going to get a memorial tattoo for Miss Connie." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go get a tattoo with you." And when I went with her, actually, no, I'm skipping something. The fact that she told me that at the specific time that she did, it was crazy, because we looked at the clock, or I did, and I turned, and it was 11:22 when she told me that, and that was the same time Miss Connie passed, and that was also that's the day I was born. And that, like I said, that number already had significance to me. And my mom was like, I told her, I was like, "It's 11:22, you know that?" And she was like, "So what?" And I was like, "Isn't that the time Miss Connie passed?" And then she was like, she was a little bit mind blown, and I told her the significance the number has to me, because it's, it's an angel number and everything. And she just started crying and everything. She got all emotional, and we went and got tattoos and everything. So I got a music note, and I got purple on it too, because that's what Miss Connie's favorite color was. So that's what that 1122 for my album is, just such like it's like a comfort thing almost. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to share that out into the world and let that be like, the main voice for the album is, even though this is such like a dark sounding album, especially starting off, I want it to be something, it's like something better than what it really sounds like. I don't know if that was a good way to put it, but I don't know. I just didn't want it to be too negative too. I felt like that title it's very empowering for me. It's a very empowering title for me. So I'm proud of that for sure.
I like the emotion behind that.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of seems like, when you're ready to make that drop, it's just going to be that more, much more meaningful to you, and it probably hype it up even more from your perspective on it.
Yeah, I really wanted. Yeah, and that's the thing. If I would have dropped it on my birthday, it wouldn't have been done. It was 11/22, 2023. If I would have dropped it then, like half the songs that are on it now wouldn't have been on it and everything. It was gonna be 16 songs originally, and then I made it 20 just because I really don't care if people listen all the way through it. It's just the people that are gonna get to experience it, and the people that don't, I don't. It doesn't matter. But I don't know. I just really wanted to release it back then. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad it's taken so long. And now I'm just really excited to get this cover art done and get the album dropped. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm just waiting on this cover art. The cover art is actually being done by an artist who did a really, really nice cover art for Juice WRLD. And for his first album, it's called Goodbye and Good Riddance. It's a picture of him driving away from a girl, and he's like flipping her off out the window or whatever. But yeah, but it's a hand drawn thing. Like he does it with markers on paper. So I'm about to get one done by the same artist, and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a dope ass cover. So I'm just waiting on that, and then I can drop the album whenever. So that's like, I don't have a date, but that's my goal. Just waiting on the cover art. Super excited.
You said you're from St. Rose. Is that where?
Yep.
All right. What local artists have made an impact on your? It just.
I could give an example from for a local artist. They had this dude. His name was Wayne, and he was in high school when I was in 9th grade, and he was in 12th grade when I was in 9th grade, and he used to just go around school recording snippets for his songs and everything, and he'd get all the kids in the bathroom to come be in his snippet for his song. I remember he'd just get lit, he would dap everybody up, and he was a big inspiration for me when I was starting off. I was in 9th grade, so I was rapping, but I wasn't public with it. You know, I didn't have any songs drop. So his name was like In Y'all Big Wolf, like it was Wayne spelled backwards, but Big Wolf. But I'm besides him, it's really more my partners, you know, than anything. And you know, also I'm gonna say real quick, I met Manny Fresh one time, and that was pretty cool. Manny Fresh gave me some fucking game at school. He came to my school when I was in an alternative school. I got fucking expelled, and he came and gave a speech to my school. And he after that he talked to a couple of us one-on-one, and I spoke to him, and I was just
That's cool as hell, actually.
I told him I wanted to be a rapper, and he just told me don't get played by the game and shit. He was talking about how like he got fucked over by a record deal early on in his career, and how it snuffed him out and shit. And like he was telling me he'd be sitting where Wayne is right now if he wouldn't have signed that deal type shit. But yeah, it was cool. But that was a big inspiration for me when I was younger too. Besides that, it's really my homies, you know what I'm saying? Cause like my homie Chaz, he slept on, bro. Bro, when I first met Chaz for the first time, I went over to, no, I didn't meet him for the first time then, but this is the first time we hung out and actually chilled, got to talk and, you know, chop it up for real. I met him a couple times before that, you know, I seen him at school and everything, but I pulled up to my homie Chaz's crib for the first time with my homie Reese, and I pulled up and he was freestyling, and I loved freestyling at that time. So, bro, I was just like, damn, that shit's hard. Like, you know, he wasn't spitting no weak shit or nothing. I just let him know that shit's hard, and we started freestyling and shit. And eventually, I was like, damn, fucking, let's lock in on this music shit. So that's who I started really like recording songs with. Hella is Chaz. So at first, Po Boys, when it came to the music, it was just us two under the Po Boys on the music side. We was the only ones in the whole group of the Po Boys. Cause like I said, it's a good couple motherfuckers that I could list that I would say I would consider them a Po Boy, because I really see that as my brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's more, like I said, it's brotherhood more than anything. But and now we got my homie Rodman. That's Hunter, and that motherfucker, he's got some talent too. He just hasn't unlocked it yet. You know what I'm saying? He's just got to put in the work, and I'm excited to see what he's doing. So yeah, I got a lot of plans for that. So yeah, but it's my homies that really inspire me. Like, I'll give an example, Brax too. He's an inspiration for me type shit, because like I said, he's younger type shit. I'm pretty sure he's younger than me. He's still in high school if I remember correctly. But I met him at the Suicide Boys concert, and it was such a coincidence, because I didn't plan on going there at all. You know what I'm saying? It was an impulse buy that day. I decided, I was like, fuck it. I bought me and two of my homies Suicide Boys concert tickets. I impulse bought that shit. I spent like half a check on that shit. Probably like.
But that was recent. That was recently. Like,
yeah, it was in 2023. It was at Grade A in 2023. And I went there, and we was fucking raging, bro. I didn't even get drunk or nothing. I had just quit drinking, so I was just like, I was sober at the concert. And then Brax was behind me. He was like, basically, he hit us up, and he was like, yeah, y'all are lit, this and that, and fucking we just talked for a second, and then he lit up a blunt, and I was like, oh, bro, let me hit that blunt. Let me hit that shit. Shout out Brax. He let me hit the blunt at the fucking Suicide Boys concert. I hit it like once or twice, you know, so I got a little stoned off that, because I really don't have to smoke too much to get too faded. But after that, fucking, you know, we raged the whole concert, just went crazy. And then he handed me his phone. He's like, yo, put your Instagram in or whatever. I followed him. He followed me. And we hit each other up. And what really linked us together was the music video that I did with him. I did a music video for my song called Veins. And he recorded the whole thing. Him and his homie came and did it. And it was pretty fun. It was dope. That's the first time we really hung out outside the concert, of course. But you know, like I said, he inspires me a lot, because his music is really fucking good. I'll give it to him, and he does it all himself too. So that's something I've been working on for a while, is just trying to get my music out there and just do it myself. And to see that he's been doing it, you know, probably hasn't been doing it as long as me. I'm not sure for 100%, but I know that he does damn good, and he's an inspiration for sure too. So.
I could say this, man, just by going through your releases, his releases, some of the other guys that's followed Savas's releases, you know, man, y'all be dropping them like crazy. You know what I mean? And I think it's you know, instead of y'all just having a bunch of I guess tracks and just trying to do that, it's like when y'all set a sight on a song, y'all go ahead and just get it out of the way. Yeah, like you don't really have too many ideas floating around. I mean,
yeah, we just like, all right, so like I'll send Brax a verse. Like I have, he's actually on my album too. So I just sent him a verse. I literally sent him an open verse. I sent him two so far, and he just sends me back what he records on it. And bro, he's good at matching the energy. I'll give Brax that for sure. He's got that like that just careless flow and everything.
And still his style too.
Yep,
It really matched with the melody and stuff.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I can show you some of the shit me and him got together. It's really entertaining, just the way that sounds, you know, just the way we rap in general. It just sounds super satisfying. Like that's the way I can describe it. Like the hi-hats and everything on the beat match so well with the vocals, you know what I'm saying? There's so many percussion options on there that you can just kind of surf through type shit. And that's what I really like about those cloud rap type beats is they just I feel like they're easy to rap on, you know, and they're just fun to rap on too. It's just easy to just say whatever the fuck and it can sound good. And like even if like a lot of times, like I said, I freestyle a lot of my songs. I'll kind of say like it doesn't have much substance when I do freestyle some of my shit, but it just still hits so hard on the beat. You know, it just sounds effortless type shit, and that's what I like to go for.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna see, do you prefer writing your lyrics or actually freestyling them?
I can say freestyling for me is easier, just for the fact that when I freestyle, it's like it's just I don't overthink it. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like a muscle memory thing when I freestyle. I can just say shit. Like there's stuff that's probably one of my hardest bars that I freestyle, you know, and I'll never remember it because it's just some shit that I spit randomly. But I don't know, it's just a lot more effortless. Like a lot of times what I do is I'll put on a beat and then I'll freestyle like just continuously until I get a bar that I like. I'll cut it where I keep that, you know, and I'll keep that bar where I like, and I'll usually use that to start the song. And then after that, I just punch in on my own vocals. So I just kind of go bar for bar with myself. Just think of a new bar and just spit it off the dome, you know, and that's, or a lot of times I can freestyle consecutively too. And that's what I like to do, you know, back in the day. That's what I like to do a lot more was, you know, record like a whole verse or, you know, yeah. And, but that's a lot harder for me now just cause, you know, I just kind of like to sit there and make sure each vocal sounds clear and concise and shit. You know, I'm more like fucking I'm more strict with it now. But besides that,
yeah, I tell you, kind of like nerd out on it sometimes.
Yep. I just make sure everything sounds equal and all that. You know,
kind of gets back to what you was talking about, taking a break and playing the game. Just try to step away from it.
I do that a lot. I'll just sit there and keep the game open on one tab, and on the other screen I got the
be working the whole time.
But yeah, I just sit there and I just fucking freestyle on my shit a lot of times. But writing, I tend to overthink it, but some of my best lyrics do come from when I write, because, you know, that's when I'm really thinking outside the box. You know, I put more thought into it, and that's a good thing, but sometimes I'll overthink it and I'll just start writing some shit that doesn't sound as good as the shit that I freestyled, you know. A lot of, you know, and I stopped really labeling songs as freestyles because, you know, there's no point in labeling every song as a freestyle if damn near every song is a freestyle. So it's something that I don't really pay attention to anymore. So I just like to kind of just fucking wing it, you know. So, and that's when I say a lot of times, bro, I'll make a song and I don't even know how the fuck I do that shit. Like I'll make a song and I try to replicate it again, or just the same style or just something similar, and then when I try to do it again, it just doesn't come out the same, and it's kind of frustrating. But eventually when I really do tap in and write shit and then fucking do like a mix of freestyling and writing and shit, I can make something that kind of sounds similar to what I did before. But I've just been working on being more consistent with it, even though I want to be what's the word? I just want to be as versatile as possible. I also want a lot of shit that sounds super consistent and super similar, just so I can have that just clean sound all across. I don't know. I've just been going for that. I've been trying to level up. Real shit. I really want my shit to stand out and stand apart from all the rest. Like I said, a lot of people make similar shit. I want my shit to just sound different than what people are making right now. So
I think being that kind of you know, keen on especially the stuff that you're doing yourself, it kind of makes it for a stronger foundation to where when you do decide on what lyrics or anything extra or something you're going to put on top of it, because to me, even when I'm like doing guitar parts and something, or even trying to write lyrics if I dare, you know, I'm the same way, you know. I want it to be, and then sometimes I find that kind of I don't know, it kind of sounds synthetic sometimes, but it's always a good place to start with something that's, you know, dialed in, you know, really good and really tight.
For sure.
So, I think we have a motorcycle outside, audience.
Yeah, I can kind of hear it on the feedback, but fuck it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like that because I would have to write.
Yeah, I tried to, bro, and I've been getting better at it recently. I've been writing, and like now that I'm basically finished my album, I'm trying to switch up my subject matter, you know, because this album kind of has a lot of similar subject matter on the entire thing, just because I want it to sound clear and concise and give it like a foreshadowing and everything to, you know, the beginning to the end. So, but now it's just I'm focusing on writing new shit that I haven't said. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do, is you want to say shit that you haven't said before, but I also want to say it in different ways, so different flows. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to level up. You know, that's what I'm always trying to do. I'm trying to push past what I did, and sometimes that's what I struggle with, is like I'll make a song that's really good, then I'll try and go and top it, you know, or just do something similar, and then I'm listening to the one that I made before, and I listen to the one that I made now, and it just don't sound the same. But I try and look past that shit now. I try and not, you know, I'm trying to overthink less and just do the music for fun, and just, you know, try not to be too serious with it, because you want to take it serious and be professional with it as much as you can, but also there's a certain extent to where you'll harm yourself and overthink too much and then not drop the song you wanted to drop and shit like that. So
We're gonna give Amy Mysterious a shout out for being the #1 super fan on our live
let's
stream.
do it. Yeah, shout out Amy. That's cool.
Love you, Amy. I'll go back to it, man. I'm impressed. You know,
I appreciate that.
And listening to, you know, how you're. Yeah, I guess I won't say journey, because hell, you brought us right through the wastelands to the fucking dungeon.
Yep.
You know
The
what I'm
land
saying?
of the rotten. Yep.
I mean,
The pit. I call it the pit.
the pit. Yeah. So, and that's where I like to dwell. So I'm the pit monger.
Yep. Fuck with it.
I feel like I kind of from this area, because I've listened to a few different, you know, artists that's been doing this. You, Brax and Savas, not saying just because I've interviewed y'all and had y'all on the show or something. Man, y'all are and relentless with it. Y'all are just pushing it out. I mean, it wasn't 2 days and Brax and Savas already was popping new merch. Updates on new releases
they're
coming up.
You know, my boy Brax always doing shows.
Dude,
and shit. I'm trying to get on his level with the shows. He,
you know,
he be flying out to different states and shit, doing shows. And
yeah, he's got a show coming up in Pensacola, coming
Yep.
up next week, I think.
Yes, indeed.
He's got another one out in Cali, I think. And even, you know, just referring to, you know, what I've seen from your you know, social pages and stuff, man. I mean, it's a grind.
It is,
and that's
sure.
what it is. And,
Yep.
and
then people want to support, some people don't, and that's all. You know, you just gotta take the support and run with it.
I think the support thing kind of like is in the eye of the beholder, because
for sure. Yeah.
you know, some people might support in a different way. You know, I don't think a follow or a listen, you know, necessarily is a support, but I be trying to green heart everything on Spotify.
Yeah, my main thing is, like, if somebody's sitting there reposting my music in general or posting up to my songs, shit like that, that's a big support for me.
Yeah, of course.
Just to
well, that's getting you
show
out
that
there
you
for
rock
sure.
with it. Yeah, that's important for me. So
yeah, I try to you know, from local riffs or from even just in general from like with you, everybody else, that, you know, it's like a community, man. I mean, it doesn't, you know, have to be hey, I'm doing this and this, you know, support throughout the whole scene. And we was going over this a little bit earlier with the, you know, different genres and stuff. I think just getting out there and showing that you care, you know, that these people are trying. You know, and that means a lot to a lot of people. I think I've said that on another show before, but it's the truth, because I saw that at the NOLA Mix. I went over there and checked out that Savage show. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. I was stunned. Actually, it was during the day. That little place was, you couldn't even move in there. So,
that's dope. Yeah.
And
that's what I'm looking forward to doing, shows and just having a crowd, you know. It don't even matter if they like it or not. I'm just trying to see what they think type shit, you know. I want to be a good stage presence. That's my main thing. I want to be able to get out there and just like interact with the crowd and get them pumped type shit just to hear the music. So that's what, you know, it's about to be my first concert. I got some ideas. I'm just, you know, going to go out there and just do my thing. I got a nice little set list. It's just mostly shit off my album. So it's like actually like half the album basically, or a little bit more than half the album. But I'm looking forward to starting to do shows. I see that, you know, Bragg's doing shows. He posts up his clips and everything, and I think that shit's dope. It inspires me.
Yeah.
You know, that's why also I say he's an inspiration for me, because that shit directly inspires me. You know, I see him doing shows, and like I say, that dude's younger than me. I gotta
dude,
get on his level. You know
that
what I'm
dude,
saying?
like, he never sleeps, man. He's
Yo,
like,
yeah.
he's on it, dog,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
creative.
Mm-hmm.
If he has, it seems like if he has a vision for it, and he
Yep.
can, and if he
Yep.
can, you know,
With his little videography
Yeah.
and shit that he does too. Yeah.
if he
Dope.
can make that, you know, into reality,
Storyboarding.
yeah,
Mhm.
he's been doing good, man. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, I gotta ask this: what's your favorite pizza topping?
My favorite pizza topping. All right, that's a hard question because like I'm not the biggest pizza fan, but like let's say I'm going to like Domino's and shit, I'll probably get some shit like fucking bacon and jalapenos because I like spicy food, but. That's just a decent pizza, but they got this place called Lit Pizza, and if I'm going to Lit Pizza, this is basically the Subway of pizzas. So you go to Lit Pizza, and you can choose whatever the fuck topping you want. It's like $10, and you can get all the toppings that you want. And so I go in there, and this is my pizza every time. I get spinach on that bitch, black olives, roasted garlic cloves, and then I think I do some pepperoni on that bitch, and then some bell peppers, and then throw some hot sauce on that bitch. Fucking legendary ass pizza. Even some onions, you know, there's other shit you can throw on there. But yeah, it's definitely, or I'll say just a margarita pizza too. Besides that, if I'm going fancy, just a margarita pizza. Them bitches good as fuck. It's like just tomatoes and cheese on that bitch.
That old plain Jane
Yeah.
original one.
Yep. Them bitches good for sure. Yeah, I'm not a big pizza fan, but I'll fuck up a nice pizza for sure.
Well, there is that question in the books.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got past that one.
Yeah.
So I do wanna ask one question before we get into these last ones. How long did you say you've have been doing this since?
I can say 6 years officially because I actually just listened to my first song that I ever recorded the other day with my homie, and he was like, "Damn, this is good for your first song." But I was in 8th grade in 2018 when I started making music, and now I'm 19 and I'm out of high school. So I wasn't consistent with it at first, but it was something that I had started, and you know I was rapping and shit, freestyling and shit that I wanted to do. So yeah, since 2018, because my father had passed away, he died in jail, and so I was pretty upset about that. You know, I didn't really know how to cope with it and everything. And my first song, I remember I shouted him out like 3 times. I was like, "R.I.P. my dad" type shit, you know, but. So it was like a coping mechanism at first. It was just something I was home alone one day, and I knew nobody would hurt me. I wasn't worried about, you know, what other people would think or nothing. I just made a song, and I put it on SoundCloud, but I privated it, and it never got heard by nobody besides like, you know, people I showed. So, but you know, that's how I started this shit. I just made a song one day, and you know, I feel like that's probably because when I first started that shit, I made that song. And I was so hard on myself, I didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But now I go back and listen, I'm like, this is pretty good for my first song that I had written when I was in 8th grade type shit. So
you never know, might be able to remaster it or something.
Yeah, I've always thought about it. I actually tried a couple times like to rewrite it a little bit, you know, to fit more like you know, just fit better on the beat, sound a little bit more on beat shit. Besides that though, I haven't really listened to it much or anything. Like I said, I listened to it the other day with my homie Toby, and he was like, "Damn, this is pretty good for your first song." But yeah, since 2018, and now I feel like since like I'd say last June, that's when I made the first song for the albums. Is actually Red Dead 2 is the first song that I made for the album, and since then that's when I like really consistently started making music. Like like every day, I'm just trying to make sure that I do something to work on it. You know, it's good to take breaks too, because sometimes that helps, you know, reset creatively and everything. But I just been trying to make sure I stay consistent and be super productive with it. So yeah, it's been about 6 months that I've been heavy on this shit, but you know, it's been 6 years that I've been doing this shit now. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
To stick with it.
Yep.
is the thing, man.
Yep,
I mean,
that's I already know. Yep, because I didn't even take this shit serious at first, and you know that's what now it's always been my dream, but I didn't think I was going where I'm going with it, but now I know where I'm going with it for sure.
Well, that's good. I'm really stoked to hear that 1122, man.
Yeah, yep. I put a lot of thought, a lot of time into it. It's a lot of pain, it's a lot of happiness that went into that album. It's just my thoughts. I say shit on there, and I'm talking about like fighting zombies and fucking going through the depths and in the pit and all that and shit. And that's how I feel when I'm in my mind type shit. When I'm dealing with that shit, it's like being attacked. You know what I'm saying? It's like a battle. So I just kind of vocalize that into like a little, you know, fucking fictional story type shit that could go along with it.
Knowing the story too, I'm gonna be like just trying to follow the
Yep.
whole thing. You know.
Yeah. I'm the thing right now. I'm trying to make sure all the songs are in the perfect order right now with the track list because I was doing them all like consecutively. Like I made the first song and then the second song and the third song. Then I switched them up a little bit. And so now I got like the first couple songs all were made back to back to back to be in that order. But then I just started making shit and now I got to flip it up. It's towards the end and everything. I want the end to be more upbeat and like more hype type shit just because I feel like I want it to be like I made it out type shit, made it out the land of rotten, fucking got away from the triumph and all the shit that I'm dealing with, or fucking in general, because it was really just like this mental block that I was going through. I was just in a really dark place at that time, so I want to symbolize me getting away from that because now I'm doing way better,
Kind of like a relief of adrenaline too.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Really important.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to let everyone know, what kind of stuff you got coming up. I think you mentioned the show. If you want to just, let the people know how they can check that out and just let them know your socials.
Yeah,
and stuff.
you can. All right, for my socials, I got my Instagram is Swamp Bane, but there's a period in between Swamp and Bane, so it's just like Swamp and then Bane like Batman with a period in between it. And so besides that, I got like TikTok. It's also Swamp Bane with a period and everything. So just look up Swamp Bane anywhere. It's a pretty unique name. There's not any other rappers or artists named Swamp Bane. So it's just look up Swamp Bane. And my new release, my most recent song, that's Below Zero. You can find the visualizer on YouTube. I use some pretty dope gameplay from a old school looking game. So yeah, I made a visualizer for that. Just go watch that. That's a dope ass song. That's my favorite song that I'm fucking with right now.
It's really sick.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. But yeah, I got my show on April 4th, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be at the Strawberry Manor in Hammond, and I think it's like 4 other artists or 3 other artists that's performing. So they got like a band, a rapper, and a singer. I think that's what it is. So yeah, it's 3 other artists, and we gonna have a nice night over there. I'm gonna make sure I turn up. I got my homie Rockman. Rockman's gonna come out on stage and be my hype man because he's basically been here alongside me for the whole album, everything that I made. I send it straight to him, or he's there with me when I'm making and shit. So I gotta let him come and hype me up on the stage, kind of back my energy up and shit. So he's gonna be with me. We got some songs together too, so we're gonna be performing them bitches together. So
I'm gonna be checking out the
yeah.
Hopefully you got it posted so I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna get someone to record it for me. I'm gonna get one of my homies to record it, or live stream it, or some shit. So I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be up there. I'm gonna post clips and all that.
Well, I mean, we get a little closer to your release and stuff, man. Maybe we can get you back on and get your,
Yep.
what you're talking about.
I'm gonna come
man.
on with my homies when they start dropping some shit.
That's fine, man. Like I said, you see the empty chairs
Yes,
over
indeed.
there. And, I do want to thank you for coming on. Thanks for the support too. I mean, y'all, you've been grinding and kicking ass. Yeah. I mean, really appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, bro. It's nice coming on. It's nice getting out a lot. I feel like it might come out a little bit jumbled because it's all just stacked up in my head, but I got all these ideas and I want people to know them, that album and everything. There's so much thought behind that shit. It's so much time and effort that I put in, and I want to shout out my homies, the Po Boys and shit. Y'all keep me going, you know what I'm saying? That's my mom, like I said, it's all my people that I have in my day-to-day life. I have the support system and everything to keep me going. I'm really lucky to have, and this community that I'm trying to get myself into and just start promoting. I'm really looking forward to getting into. So I think it's dope, and I'm glad I'm on here to talk about it for sure.
Well, we want to thank you again. We're going to thank the chat because they've been very friendly down there.
Yes, indeed. Thank
you
y'all.
Guys. We really appreciate everybody tuning in, and like I said, we appreciate the support because and I get back just for a second how those networking things happen, man. I mean, I think it's cool that we can make the connections and hopefully this helps bring, whatever you're trying to, put out there,
yes,
brings it to the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some clips and post them up,
It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we're gonna leave you with some tracks, guys. We really want to appreciate y'all for tuning in,
for listening. Anybody that's watching, if you fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. If you hate me, I love you type shit. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. It won't change. Real shit.
100. This has been Local Riffs.
Real shit.
Peace.
Real. Later. Shit, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. It won't change.